Blue Talks, Business, Life, and the Universe, Volume 7, Anthology, Hidden Behind the Curtain, by Rhonda Grant. Have you ever had the feeling that someone or something was looking at you? Then, when you turn to look, you find they are? Have you ever questioned what part of you knew someone was looking at you? There is an essence within us that is there to guide us, warn us, and keep us safe. The trick is to learn how to pay attention to those inner nudges and gut feelings. There is so much noise in our lives with social media, the pandemic, and the war. It may be hard to distinguish our desires telling us something is right, or the whispers of warnings because our needs overshadow the possibilities of us facing undesirable outcomes. When we later find ourselves in the exact circumstances we were hoping to avoid, we may chide ourselves asking, when will I learn to pay attention to the underlying warnings? It can take a lifetime to learn this ancient skill of truly listening. It is in contemplation where we may come to a revelation and reach a new level of awareness, allowing us to protect ourselves next time. Thoughts in our brains persuade us to believe we are on the right track, yet it is the feelings in your gut that you need to heed, the ideas that invade your consciousness and compel you to run. Make note of them, because if you do not record these tokens, there are no reminders, no follow-up. These crucial clues are then lost in the fabric of time. Your brain, however, continues to remind you to go ahead with your plans. When you do not pay attention to these signs and signals from the universal domain, they may come less often. When you take heed, however, you'll be amazed at how guided and protected you really are. Then, those things in life that always seem to elude you to begin to show up as if by magic. Your soul's mission is to help guide you along your life's path, nudging you in a direction of the right people and circumstances and away from danger. When we begin to observe ourselves and become intimate with our ability to expand our understanding of who we are offered the opportunity to realize how vast our world really is. You may recognize that you, like I, belong to a bigger picture in the cosmic domain. Our lives seem like they are infinite, yet we are blips in time, here to self-actualize our journeys and activate our dormant gifts, so we may become the best version of ourselves. But why are you here? This is a lifelong question for many. Is it to learn as much as we can for as many as we can? To love boundlessly and help those whose journeys seem to be more taxing than our own? When we are sequestered from our authentic selves, we separate our spirits from the world. The more loving we are of ourselves and others, the more love comes to us. You may not realize why you are here. It may seem as though your journey is hidden from your view. This is a reason you must rely on clues. In biblical times, ancient man seemed to be drawn to those who prophesied. There are accounts of villagers who had a way of foretelling what was about to pass as the events came to them in their dreams. As hundreds of years then changed the world, institutions with strict rules came into existence. Breaking the rules meant consequences, which could include death. People who relied on knowing things ahead of time for their survival had to hide their skill. They could not share this innate knowledge other than what was set out in the current teachings. Some of the most ingenious people of our time and before our time seem to have been connected to something that appears to elude most of us. What they all seem to have in common is that they sit and think. They contemplate. They force their brains to stop agitating so they may gain knowledge from the cosmic domain. Their inventions revolutionize the world. They are the ones who have thrust us into the information age, put men on the moon and rovers on Mars. These are our present-day prophets and thought leaders. There are many of us who use this skill, yet in a small way. Unless we sit in our armchairs, clear our minds, and allow a meditation to find us, we don't know what will come to us. Another way to gain perfect insight is when you are driving your vehicle. It is a natural way to enter a hypnotic state, or below thought state, where new ideas may develop. What if we groomed ourselves to be servant leaders? What if our individual skills were developed at a high level, allowing us to share those skills with others, thereby raising them up? There is so much room for everyone in this world to make a difference. People tend to keep their secrets to themselves. This practice can stunt one's intellect and emotional growth. I'm not talking about you sharing your work with the world before you develop and patent it, as that would not be in your best interest. There are times when we need to keep our ideas to ourselves until we're prepared to share. At the core of our being is our soul's journey. We are interfering with our journey when we act with complete disregard for our inner wisdom. When we don't self-actualize our walk, we are denying our soul its evolutionary journey. More importantly, we are denying ourselves a full and vast life of magic. There is so much mystery in our lives. We keep reaching for things outside of us instead of reaching inside to discover our true natures. We can't go back and undo things in our past. Our past is merely a memory kept alive, and keeping some of our memories alive prevents us from living in the present moment. If we forgive ourselves and others, we create opportunities for the release of burdens we may not realize we are carrying. It will open a space in this lifetime that is lying in wait for us. When we give away our power by letting others make decisions for us, we weaken. Take charge of yourself and your life, and gain the strength you need to activate a part of you that may be dormant. You have the courage and insight to express your authentic self without needing the permission and confirmation of another. In my book, Magical Forces Within, I write, "Hidden behind the curtain of disappointment is a dream richer than you can imagine." Sometimes we spend our lives in fear. We may not be strong enough to step away from where we are right now to what may be waiting for us on the other side of the curtain, the place that is hidden from our view. If we believe this, we may regret where we are now and dread where we may go. Fear keeps us where we are because it feels safe, predictable, and calm. We may not feel we have the courage to walk away to the unknown from where we are right now. The unknown is uncertainty, and most of us do not want to feel uncertain as it brings us discomfort. You may have worked your whole life for certainty because it masquerades as security. Sometimes security comes with a price. It may cost us our health and our sense of love for life, ourselves, and others. Living a life of certainty keeps us from discovering our true reason for existence. Most are oblivious to our present state until something or someone, metaphorically, awakens us. The other side of now may be too scary to attempt the journey. What if that is where your magic lives? What if there is a whole new reality waiting, and it has been waiting for you your whole existence? If we observed the trueness of ourselves, we may realize that we live our lives in a rhythm. Our days fall into a rhythm based on our vibrational frequency. We exercise dominion over these daily rhythms. We spend our day in a so-called awake state until sleep returns us to our restorative state. Observe pairs in figure skating and note their synchronicity. The best athletes become a conduit, expressing their movements, not only by hearing the music, but absorbing the music into their bodies so that they become the instrument. High-level musicians become the instrument as they play. It is sometimes referred to as who is playing who. They can reach a pure state of consciousness so that they can express themselves with their highest level of being. This sort of talent inspires you, but you may not understand how it inspires you. Their gift is that they are trained at such a high level they can free themselves, and this allows them to tap into a higher level of consciousness. You as the audience fall under their spell. Once the performance is over, you may not recognize how your state has been affected by the experience. People call this in spirit, the feeling of witnessing and feeling you are in the company of greatness of others, which resonates at a place in your body you seldom visit. It is why we go to concerts, the theater, and watch movies that inspire, because they stimulate the essence of who we are. It is in this place where you will find your true self, your love, your beauty. All of this is available to each of us. To reach a higher state of consciousness, spend more time learning about yourself. Doing so may activate your hidden abilities and enrich your journey. This audiobook is written and performed by Rhonda Grant. Copyright 2022 Blue Talk. Recorded at Long Shot Records, Kingston, Ontario.